Hi, I'm Paul Perdue, and I am the Infrastructure Nerd. And today we're going to talk about perfection. Many of us like to think of ourselves as being perfectionists. I do. I have. I tell people that I'm anal retentive, and I think that is one of the traits of being a perfectionist. But the problem with perfection is that it never, ever, ever can be achieved. So all too often people will spend long bits of time striving for that extra 1/100th of a percent that's going to make something perfect, whether it be a legal brief or the articles that I write for certain publications or these video blogs. If you get to good enough, you need to be able to let go. Now, good enough sounds bad. I mean, just when you say the words good enough, it sounds like, well, it's good enough. There are just as many levels of good enough as there are levels of perfection, so to speak. And it's being able to find the balance between the right amount of good enough and not being quite perfect. If you go on forever and ever and ever trying to get something to be perfect and it never gets out there, then that's bad. We all have situations where we want something to be perfect, and because of that, it never ever happens. So I've started to live by the motto of good enough. Now, for me, good enough is pretty close to perfect. I try to get everything that I do to be as close to perfect as possible, but I have learned to draw the line at a certain point, and I cannot begin to tell you how much extra time and extra peace of mind that gives me. And no one has ever said that any of the things that I've done since then were not perfect. So remember, sometimes, almost all the time, good enough is simply much better than perfect. That's my rant for today. What's yours?